Okay, hello everyone. Well, I got a neighbor to help get my garage open, so I'm just trying to collect a few things right now because once that door comes down, I won't be lifting it back up again for a while. But I've got most of my gardening supplies are all out here. Cleaned off the back porch enough and moved everything off the back porch that I no longer had anything on the back porch that I needed. And so I can use those too. I'll put these in the wagon. I've got my watering cans and pots. I've got those 2 tomatoes that really need to be put in bigger pots with soil. And yeah, got it in my wagon here, which is probably this wagon here has probably been the best thing I ever bought in my life. I mean, awesome. I think I've said that before. I'm gonna get it out. Got my little stool that needs to be cleaned off. This is what I use to weed flower beds with my bad back. It's just really nice to have something to sit on. And the only thing is I wish it had a pole handle, so I kind of rigged one up with a dog leash. So right now we're just gonna take it, and I'm going backwards and gonna head over here and put it in the little shed because I don't want it getting rained and snowed on, but I need to have it where I can get it and get to it. So I'm gonna open up the shed door here. Oh god, that thing's getting tough. Okay, for some reason I lost my video. It's like the app just shut off. That was weird. Anyways, let's back up the wagon here and go put it in the little wooden shed. But everything's looking so green. Really need to find a way to get some new tires on my lawnmower so I can start mowing my lawn. It's gonna need its first mow pretty soon. Otherwise I'm gonna have my neighbor have to have him bring, he's got a nice 0-turn mower, does a really great job. But okay, yeah, just a lot of odds and ends in this old shed. Come on. Yes, I know, a little hard getting you past all this stuff here, but once I close that garage door I won't be able to get you out. No, I was not the one who stacked the wood. See if I can move that little log there. I might have to lift the back end of this up. Get it in. Get my stakes because I've got my mom that hyacinth, or not, yeah, the hyacinth she gave me. The blooms on it are getting so heavy. Oh god, I'm trying to get this thing to close. And I'm not supposed to be doing a lot of heavy lifting or pulling. Alright, get that locked. Okay, now I can go. Now that I've got what I currently need out of the garage, I can close the door here. Alright, just grab my pull rope. And down it comes. Yeah, it's a manual. I don't have a... I'm going to pick this up off the ground though and put it there. Can't really afford a fancy door that automatically goes up and down, but sure would be handy right now. Yeah, just beautiful. Looks like we might have a few thunderheads building on the horizon. Those are some pretty dark puffy clouds. In fact, I think we might even have some rain there coming down. Hard to tell. Yeah. So, really. Well, I hope my face is in the frame here. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Look at the camera. Smile. And I hope I'm not shooting just the top of my head or my chest or something, that you're actually seeing the real me. So, let's flip y'all back around and we'll go in the house and take care of my flower. Oh, trying to go upstairs and look up at the same time. That takes real talent. Welcome to my home. One of these days I'm going to do a proper welcome video. Hi, Dax. You poor neglected animal. Okay. Alright. Let's put everything there in the bill box. I still got to get a box for the stuff that goes to the... That stuff on the end of the table is all going to go to the thrift store. I don't need it. I don't have room to store it. So it's going. I also got a whole pile of stuff in my front here. This pile of stuff here is all going to the thrift store. No place for it. That's why my foyer is kind of crowded. Boy. Alright. Well, let's get this poor sad thing that has only one stake trying to hold up 4 heavy blossom heads. And we are going to try to get it staked up. I will pause the video and stake this up because it's going to need to take me 2 hands to do this, and then we will come right back as soon as I'm done. Well, the last time my phone crashed, it did not save the video I made of the hyacinth all staked up that I promised to show everyone. And it just crashed and that video was not saved. So I'm just going to show y'all. It's all staked up here. I'm trying to get it at an angle so the light isn't there, so you can see the heads are now being held up. They're not drooping. Yeah. If I get any more blossoms, well, I've got some stakes now put aside to just... I really like this. It's so nice. It smells wonderful. Makes my house smell wonderful. It's so refreshing after a long day at work to walk in and just smell this beautiful flower. Beautiful spring flowers. And I also showed you my geraniums, which have been blooming. And yeah, all this stuff that I was videoed, and it got done. I got a white geranium there. It's got one tiny little blossom stalk. It's a very narrow stalk. I ought to put a stake up on that too and stake that stalk up. Beautiful peach. Nice deep bright red. That's actually a really bright red. Yeah. Yeah, see how bright that is? Just so beautiful. And I love these salmon colored blossoms. They're just so nice. Pretty. I don't know if I can get a close-up of the white one. That white one is pretty. And got my little prayer plant here. And then we will go over here. My little, top of my thing. Anyways, and back to the orchid where, this is where the first video cut off. I was in the middle of explaining how many my weekly watering of orchid with ice cubes. They've almost all melted. which is nice. And that's the video that I made that did not get saved. So I'll pop this one in between the first and the last. Well, we got cut off again. I don't know what's going on with my phone today. It's just crashing the apps constantly. Yeah, like I was saying, every now and then I will put it in the kitchen sink and just soak it in water. And for about 30 minutes, it's enough to really soak down the wood chips. And then I take it out and I let it drain thoroughly before I put it back in its little container here. Container's just for show. And then I got my ficus tree that I need to find a new home for because it has grown way too big. And needs another good shaking. Helps to get the dead, dying leaves out of it because it's not outside, so it doesn't get the wind to dislodge things, is to really grab the trunk and give it a really good shake and just be the wind, be the wind. And then I got this little Norfolk. Comes from Norfolk Islands, which are tropical islands, so it can't stand temperatures lower than 40 degrees. Any colder than that, it would kill it. So it's a permanent houseplant. This one's probably about 6 or 7 years old. And I've had it for a while now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see the kitties. There's Rosie. There's Rosie. Rosie's 9.5 years old. I found her right after I got home from my radiation treatment. She was a tiny little dirty kitten out in my rose bush. So we call her Rosie. And this is Lily. And Lily is almost 3 years old. And I found her while I was helping my mom with some yard work after the 4th of July. She was really dirty and really tiny little kitten again, lost. Probably got scared by fireworks and ran off and got separated from her litter. I did check to see if anybody was missing a kitten, but the only thing I found on the local shelters was the fact that somebody had rounded up about 3 or 4 mamas and their litters, which all looked to be about the same age as her, and dumped them at the shelter. So I think if I hadn't found her and she had stayed with her litter, she would have gotten dumped at the shelter with her litter mates and her mama. So those are the kitties. And Dax will be 11 in June. So in 2 months I'm going to be 11 years old. And I'm a bit of a knucklehead sometimes. I don't always listen and do what I'm told. Yeah. And I like to chase the cats. Except for Mom won't let me. Huh. Let's go let Rosie in the house. I mean, not Rosie, Jessie. Oh, sometimes I think I'm going senile. All right, Jessie, you want to come in? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let me unbuckle you. There you go. Jessie is 13.5. She's losing her eyesight. She doesn't like to be groomed anymore, so I'm going to have help grooming her from now on. She gets stresses out real bad about being on the table, being touched, being bathed. She never used to, but once she started losing her vision, she got really weird. And she eats things she shouldn't. She started doing that last summer, making herself sick, eating things she shouldn't, upsetting her digestive system. So, well, nothing like your old dog is getting old, both mentally as well as physically. But we love her. She still has a lot of energy. And vet says she has a really strong heart and her blood work is really good, so she could easily live to be 16, 17 years old. Of course, by then, it might be a stressful trial for the both of us as she gets more and more forgetful of where she is, what she's doing, what's going on around her. Dementia is no fun in animals, and it's any more than it is in people. But we love her. We've had her since she was an 8-week-old puppy, and we were going to take care of her until she passes away of old age. Do the best we can to give her her best life. And that's the pet crew. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to have to figure out, maybe my phone needs a restart. We'll see. So I just wanted to add one more thing before I tune out. And, you know, my nice little 80-year-old home. And yes, you see behind me what I've been watching. There's that's what I watched while I ate my lunch. Yeah, had it on. Oh, I don't know if I can get that in the video. Yep. See the red line under it? Yep, the live stream. Sanctuary Sunday with Lester and Jamie from I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. I just love those folks. I love the Morrows. I subscribe to all their pages. I watch everything they put out. Yeah, they're wonderful people. So I'm really happy for them and all the wonderful stuff they've been able to do and how blessed they've been in the last few years. You know, coming from pretty much losing everything they had and rebuilding their lives after Hurricane Harvey, and they have done so much, and it's just been such an inspiration. I enjoy their videos. They're so fun and funny, informative, educational in a way, but I just really enjoy them. So, but yeah, I'm gotta spin around. Anyways, yeah, big picture in the background. One of my nieces gave me that for Christmas. Yeah, and she thought I would like it, and I really do like it. I love the dogs, you know. I'm a pet groomer for 32 years. I spent professionally grooming dogs, and even though I've had to retire from grooming, it just, I still love it, and if I hadn't had the health problems I have had in the last few years, I probably still would be grooming dogs full-time instead of working a desk job, even though I do love my desk job. Oh, I hope my camera is. Always have a hard time remembering to check my camera and make sure. But yes, I've got a very old 80-year-old home. At least that part of my home is 80 years old. And yes, I haven't taken down my Christmas tree completely. I've been busy. I'll get to it one of these days. And so, yeah, this part is 80 years old. And this addition here was built in the 70s, so it's 50 years old. Everything needs to be updated and refurbished. And I'm doing what I can, when I can, as I can. It's just not always easy. So, anyways, I'm just going to say like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you can get notified, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.